It's a beautiful morning and I'm with Jan McNeilin. And Jan, we always have something interesting, so what's going on today?
Well, I thought we'd talk a little bit about soil pH and how plants take up nutrients and what kind of fertilizers I've been using on these plants, and then maybe compare it to the raised beds out and back that I've been struggling with.
Oh, okay. So what's going on with pH? What is that? How important is it?
pH is the soil acidity or alkalinity. It's potential hydrogen.
Okay.
Beyond that, you can Google this up on
images.
Right. It's a pH chart, and it shows you at what pH different nutrients are most available to the plant.
Okay.
This one is 4 being the most acidic, up to 10, which is the most alkaline.
All right.
Most plants are somewhere around 6, where they, especially our vegetables, do best there. So if your soil is very acidic, you would want to, and you want to bring it up, you would add calcium. If your soil is very alkaline and you want to bring the pH down, you would add sulfur.
All right. And that's important because they can bring up those nutrients and be healthy.
Right, right. And I'm struggling out and back with this raised beds because the acidity was very high. Okay. In other words, low.
Right.
Low acidity, and the number was low. And these are growing in the correct soil acidity. So I put in some calcium in here for blossom end rot, that when you have not enough calcium, the end of a tomato will shrivel and get black. So that's helping all the tomatoes.
They look beautiful.
But what I'm using here is a fertilizer that is a 10 for nitrogen, 30 for phosphorus, and 20 potassium. So it's a 10, 30, 20.
And that's really good for vegetables because you want that
it's
middle
anything
number
that you want
big.
to flower.
Flower, right. And
so
then make
your house plants even will do well.
Oh,
If you have a leafy house plant, then you want just the nitrogen.
Right.
So let's take a look and see what the comparison is.
I bet it's going to be big.
Maybe so.
Now, Jan, this eggplant, you have one in a container that was up by the greenhouse and then one in this raised bed. And did you plant them at the same time, or is this one planted way earlier?
No.
Okay.
They were at the same time. These are actually doing better than last year. So we're trying to bring the pH up and get it more towards 6. This is still probably about 5. The way things are looking is what they're able to take up. The other thing is that fertilizers, whether organic or chemical or whatever, the nutrient is the same and the plant takes it up the same. It's the same chemical, same compound, no matter what you use.
Right, and it's just the way you put it down.
It's the way you put it down and when it's released. So that's
it's pretty eye-opening
for itself.
Definitely. So is there a process that we could do to check the pH in our soils?
You can get a pH kit and test your own soil and find out what the pH is. Many of the Master Gardener programs have pH soil testing clinics that you can go to and take your soil in, and they'll tell you what the pH is. Ornamentals, vegetables, and lawns are all different as far as needs for pH.
Right, but it's really important, as you can see right here. And so if your plants are struggling, it might not just be the weather, it might not be the sun, you're watering, it might just be what's in the soil. So if you have any other questions, please go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to the website at OSU, or go to your independent garden center and they'll be able to answer your questions. Jan, really interesting. Thank you.
All right, see you next month.
Okay.